T, G, T, G, T, G, T, G, Tinselin, Tinselin, T, G, grumble and a groddle, Tinselin, 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 la la la, Tinselin, Tinselin, a grumble and a groddle, Tinselin, 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 la la.
Chapter 11. The Strange and Magical Claus Family Secret. Winter bounces up and down with Holly. I did it! Winter hollers, laughing with Holly. They hold hands and spin, but then Winter stops. Wait a minute, what did I do? Your Christmas magic! Holly shouts, out of breath from spinning and laughing. You have it now, your magic! You can stop time like Dad. Can you please talk normal? Winter asks. What magic? Whoa, whoa, ho, ho, Santa says, waving his hands. Everyone just needs to calm down for a minute. Especially you, Holly. Stop bouncing. Holly stops. Okay, Santa continues, rubbing his forehead with his fingertips. Where should we start? At the beginning, Dad. That's what you did when I got my magic, Holly suggests, her eyes sparkling from excitement. No, Santa says, shaking his head. You were older, Holly. You too, Nick. I don't think we should start at the beginning right now. Well, maybe, Joy says, walking forward and putting her hand on Santa's arm. Maybe we should start where we are. Santa looks at Joy and they both nod. Santa asks if they can sit down on a bench, but Winter's not listening. She's looking at Freeze. He's still frozen. What about Freeze? Winter asks, pointing at her frozen brother. Is he okay? He's a freezicle, Santa laughs. But Winter doesn't laugh, because seeing her youngster brother frozen doesn't seem that funny. Freeze is absolutely fine, Joy assures Winter. He just doesn't have his magic yet, so he's frozen, like everyone else. Winter nods like she understands, but she doesn't. She doesn't understand any of this. The entire town of North Polington is frozen, and her family is laughing? Holly's talking about magic, Nick is riding a reindeer, and poor youngster Freeze is, well, a freezicle. They all walk over to the bench except for Nick. He hops off Dasher and leads Dasher towards them. Nick, Santa says, pointing at Dasher, this is kind of a family discussion. Nick nods and whispers something to Dasher. Dasher struts away and Nick plunks down in the snow. Good thing I'm wearing my lederhosen, Nick says, brushing the snow from his knees. Waterproof and warm. Joy gently places Freeze down, but he falls over sideways. Nick motions for Freeze, and Joy hands Freeze over to Nick, who lays him sideways on his lap. Then Joy and Santa take a seat on the bench. Holly tries to sit beside Joy, but there isn't enough room, so Holly suggests that Joy gently places Freeze down, but he falls over sideways. Nick motions for Freeze, and Joy hands Freeze over to Nick, who lays him sideways on his lap. Then Joy and Santa take a seat on the bench. Holly tries to sit beside Joy, but there isn't enough room, so Joy suggests that Holly take her seat, but Holly says she's too excited to sit anyway. Winter watches her family, trying to be patient, but they are taking a very long time. Can everyone please just sit down and start telling me what in the name of dancers' hooves is going on here? The family quickly nods. Okay, Winter Bear, Santa begins. It's time for us to tell you something very important about our family. But it's a secret, okay? Can you keep a very important secret? Cross my bum, Winter says seriously. It's your heart, Winter, Nick says, rolling his eyes. You cross your heart, not your bum. Really? Winter asks. I guess that makes more sense. Then I cross my heart. We can do a spitty handshake promise if you want. That's gross, the family all says at the same time. Then Holly shouts, gingerbread. You all owe me a cookie, Holly proudly states. I just baked some sugar cookies, Joy smiles. Are they frosted? Nick asks. Not yet, Joy continues. I just pulled them out of the oven when Winter stopped time. We can all go home after this and decorate them. Are there sprinkles? Santa asks. Are there sprinkles? Joy says. It's the day before. Of course there's sprinkles. I could use a snack before the ceremony, Holly says. Then they all start talking at once. about sugar cookies and frosting and sprinkles. Winter can't believe this. They're supposed to be telling her a very important family secret, not talking about cookies. This is not cookie talk time, Winter shouts, pointing at her family. You are all tobogganing me right down Crazy Street. Nick, Holly, Joy, and Santa snap their mouths shut. Winter's right, Santa nods. We can talk cookies later. Right now, we need to tell Winter what's happening. And we all know how impatient Winter can be, Nick adds. And emotional, Joy nods. She wears her heart on her scarf, that one. That's what I always say. And dramatic, Holly laughs. Remember the time? I'm right here, Winter yells, waving her arms around in the air. She's getting very frustrated now. Stop talking in front of my face about me. You know I don't like that. And I am not impatient or emotional or dramatic. But if you don't tell me exactly what's going on right now, my head is gonna bust open and explode all over you. I saw that, Winter snaps. Making sideways eyes is just as bad as talking in front of my face. And now you're laughing? I am not being funny. You know what? How would you all like it if all you were trying to do was win a snow angel decorating contest with your best friend to try to have a Merry Christmas time, and all of a sudden everyone in town stops moving and you have to walk around town with your feet going like crunch, crunch in the snow, and then your family finds you and says they're going to tell you what's going on, but all they do is talk about cookies! Winter is breathing very hard, and she feels like she's going to cry. Again. Joy reaches out and takes Winter's hand. I'm sorry, Winter, Joy says, squeezing Winter's hand. We all are, aren't we? The rest of the family nods. We're just so used to our Christmas magic, we forget what it's like to not have it sometimes, don't we? The family nods again. We'll tell you everything you need to know now, okay? No more cookies and no more laughing. Winter feels a little better, so she nods. Okay, Santa says, rubbing his hands together. Ready? He asks Winter. Winter nods eagerly. Well, our family is very special. We all have something called Christmas magic, but it's a secret. Okay? Got it? Winter waits for him to continue, but he doesn't. Her family is staring at her, smiling. Got it? Winter asks again. What? No, Winter does not got it. Santa tries again. Christmas magic. It's magic that helps Christmas be Christmas. You're not a very good explainer, Dad, Winter says. Mom? Well, Joy says, Christmas magic is a special magic. It's everywhere. It's in every ornament, in every Christmas tree, in every Christmas present, in every Christmas light, every Christmas song, everywhere. Really, just everywhere. It's everywhere. Joy smiles at Winter. Winter tilts her head to the side and waits for her mom to say more. That's what it is, Joy says. It's everywhere. But is it everywhere, Mom? Nick asks sarcastically. Joy shoots Nick a be quiet look. Winter scratches her head. Her mom's explaining was really no better. So it's everywhere, Winter nods. But where does it come from? How do we work it? Do we get wands or magic words? Nick starts to laugh, but Joy shoots him another look, so he pretends to cough instead. No, Winter, Joy says. There are no wands or magic words, sweetheart. But then where does it come from? Winter repeats. Happiness, kindness, and love, Nick and Holly say at the same time. Then they both say gingerbread at the same time, so they say it again. Winter puts her heads in her hands. Why can't her family just focus for 1 minute? This isn't making any sense, Winter says. That's because we're not at the beginning, Winter, Joy says, patting Winter on the arm. We are here, somewhere in the middle, and the middle can be a very confusing place to start. That doesn't make any sense either, Winter whines. Why is nobody in this family any good at explaining? Can I try? Holly asks. Winter has high hopes for Holly's explanation. She can be a very good explainer sometimes. Holly takes a deep breath. Okay, she says. Christmas magic is everywhere, like Mom said. And we can use it to help Christmas be Christmas, like Dad said. And it does come from three very, very powerful things. Happiness, kindness, and love, like we said. But it lives here, Winter, with us, in North Polington. You see, our town is a very special place. It's like the source, the heart of Christmas. And every year, the Christmas magic spreads out from North Polington to the whole wide world. Does that make any sense? Winter shrugs. A little, but how does it spread? She asks. Magic, Santa says. Winter sighs. The magic spreads by magic? Why does it need to go anywhere? Why can't the whole wide world just come to North Polington for Christmas? And what is Christmas magic? What does it do? I know, Santa suddenly exclaims. Winter, you know how the elves' workshop is really, really big? Winter nods. Well, that's because the whole wide world is really, really big. But the people that live there, they don't really know anything about North Polington, just like the people that live in North Polington don't really know anything about the whole wide world. But, you know, here's the really marshmallow-tastic part, Winter Bear. People that live in the whole wide world don't really know anything about North Polington. We're a secret, kiddo! A very big, very important secret. And we have to keep it that way, to protect it, to keep it safe. Keep it safe from what? Winter interrupts, her eyes growing wide. And I thought Christmas magic was the secret, not our entire town. Tell her about stopping time, Holly blurts out. Winter, you can stop time. Nick can't and I can't, but you can. It's part of your Christmas magic. Like, I can grow candy canes and I can do things really, really, really fast, and Nick can talk to reindeer. Reindeer have a lot to say, Nick says. Wait a minute, Winter interrupts, as the events of the past few days start to come back to her. It was Holly in the What If Woods growing the candy cane trees, and Nick was having a strange and magical conversation with Dasher and the popcorn string. Holly said she's super fast at some things. She was stringing a super fast, strange and magical popcorn string after all, with her Christmas magic. You're not going, Nutcrackers, Winter's head voice says. And I can stop time, Winter asks. That's what happened to all these people. I stopped them? Her family nods. But how does stopping time help Christmas be Christmas? Winter asks. Well, Santa says, you know how I deliver presents to the whole wide world? It's really big, Winter, with lots and lots of kidlets. And babies and youngsters and children, Joy adds. Oh my, Winter says. Like, how many? Same as North Polington? Nick sticks up his thumb. He wants Winter to guess higher. 503? Winter asks. This time Holly sticks up her thumb. 160,000? Winter asks, her eyes growing wide. Even more, Santa whispers. Winter doesn't know what to say. No wonder the workshop is so ginormous. It's a lot of present delivering. So why do you have to stop time? Winter asks. Winter, how else could I possibly deliver all of those presents in one night? Santa says. Winter thinks about it for a minute. So, let me get this straight. We are a special family that has something called Christmas magic, but nobody else knows about it. And we can do things that help Christmas be Christmas, and the whole wide world is really big, so most of the toys in the workshop are for them, but it won't make any sense right now because we're not at the beginning. That a girl, Santa beams, you got it. Winter still isn't sure if she got it. What about the talking squiggles and the magical snowball? And why can't she grow candy canes? She loves them way more than Holly does. And there's still her strange and magical ceremony scarf and that weird voice. Do you have magic, Mom? Joy asks. Do you have magic, Mom? Winter asks. Joy nods. Yes, Winter, I do. And I also have some freshly baked cookies on the counter at home. You know what? They're even still going to be warm when we get back because Winter stopped time. The rest of her family starts talking cookie talk again, but Holly leans in close to Winter's ear and whispers, Don't worry, Winter. Everything will make sense with time. It may be the middle for us, but it's only the beginning for you. Winter still has a lot of questions, but she feels like her family has been very patient with her, even though they want cookies. And Winter kind of wants a cookie right now too. Besides, she realizes that she's not alone in this. She has her family. That's a lot to have. She'll just ask Holly more questions later. Joy takes Freeze from Nick and hefts him under her arm with his head facing forward and his legs pointing backwards. We'll drop you off at Poinsettia Park on our way home. When you're done with the snow angel decorating contest, come home. Grab a quick cookie before the Santa Clausification ceremony, Joy says. Winter, do you know how to start time again? Santa asks. I don't even know how I stopped it, Winter laughs, so no. Winter takes her place beside Mia back at Poinsettia Park. Her dad winks at her, and ribbons flutter to the ground. The whole park fills with sounds again, and Mia accidentally dumps an entire tube of glitter right onto Winter's head. But Winter doesn't mind. She feels better than she has in days. She knows an important secret, well, part of it. She has magic, even though she doesn't really understand it, and somewhere there's a nice warm cookie waiting for her on the counter, with frosting and sprinkles. Plus, in only a few short hours, her and her friends will finally be at their very first Santa Clausification ceremony.